Hello and welcome on back everyone, FSQSESOPKPP here to episode 22 of the top 5 forum threads. And if you guys want to send in your own forum threads for the top 5, you can send links to thesenuts@hotmail.com. Here, first up, we have an amazing 1vx from SubArctic on the forums who's proposing that ESO should ban all groups in Cyrodiil to reduce lag. Ciro is dying, at least Ebonheart packed EU on PC. My PvP guild even refused to play in Cyrodiil on Saturday and Sunday early evening because of the 200 plus ping. I just played solo today. Skills lagged a lot even with my high-end PC with fast fiber connection in Norway. Could not find a group to play with because EP in Greyhost has few guilds and groups it seems, but noticed many in chat complaining about lag. When AD and DC run in ball groups, the lag seems to follow. So why not ban all groups? I mean, ES already banned 24-player groups, which once made the game fun in 2014 and 2015, so why not ban all groups in order to reduce lag, and make the playing field more even for us in EP who are too unorganized and undisciplined to create proper ball groups on the EU PC server. Smiley face, smiley face. By the way, right now there is a 30k score difference between AD and DC in our campaign. Solo gaming is fun, so let's ban all groups. Smiley face, smiley face. The Titan Tim coming in with some backup healing for the OP here, really a tight spot, clarifying their stance on English as a second language, saying, if I'm not mistaken, they mean that large groups are a problem, and that they prefer the grouping system for Cyrodiil lessened or removed, not banned. The OP is Norwegian. And here we have Little Pink Dot, coming in with a really hot take. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza? Question mark? And of course, we have the Debbie Downer of the forum thread, Wolfie 1.0, coming in with a, it won't help. And of course, we have the most based player in this 1vx fray, Spaceman Spiff, saying, just ban all players from Cyrodiil. Then, there will be no lag. This is true. Next up, number 4 in the top 5. PvP is too elitist! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. By Cook Your Vase. Seriously, that's how it goes. You join in and die. Only the tip top min-maxers can PvP and have fun and compete. And these people can battle like 7v1s. It's all elitist. Danny LV 702 coming in right after that immediate attack saying, join your local Zerg. And then Wallace coming in with a just get good man. Classic PvP maneuver right here, folks. And of course, we do have someone who is trying to give some advice to this 1vxer. OP, I will tell you a secret that others are afraid to tell new players about it, and how they become OP. It's called TS, TeamSpeak. Also, some exploits like Shuffle, etc., and some workable cheats. In short, those elitists are not really elite at all, if they do things as listed as above. On number 3 of our top 5 forum threads, calling elitists out. Dova King coming in hot with a Dawnbreaker on this forum thread right here. I'm sorry, but your cookie cutter builds aren't impressive. So don't talk elitism to me when half of you have no idea why the cookie cutter builds work in the first place. Yes, non-meta builds can hit just as high numbers and in some cases higher. So quit quoting Outcast like he's the one true god of DPS and act like a respectable human being for once. Open minds are richer and have more fun. Signed, my DPS is the same 50k as yours with non-meta. Outcast has good builds. They're a great base to build on. However, they're at the end all be one true build answers. Wow, really awesome opener with that forum thread. And here we have a retort from one of the forum posters, Kilner9. This thread is awful. Oof, I don't know if there's a comeback from that. And here we go with another poster saying, literally every single set you listed here, Unfathomable, Defiler, Defiler with Hundings, Unfathomable with Hundings, Red Mountain Hundings, is mathematically inferior to the meta sets. Like, if you're doing 50k DPS solo with these sets, which I doubt, you'll be doing a lot more than 50k with an Outcast build. What a dumb dread. Oh, the Powon's happening. It's a 1v2 right now. It's hot in the Octagon. Oh, here's a 1v3. Royal coming in. What is with the Red Mountain set that brings out the Gear Rage types? Oh my god, I don't know if there's anything you can do to come back from this one. And here we have a interesting forum thread. Am I an elitist? These are questions we must ask ourselves. Alright, next on the list, number 2 on of the top 5 forum threads is Zak G with this forum thread talking about we need a real counter for Sorc shields. It's time to add a real counter to Sorc shields. Okay, or shields in general. I am not one to usually make complaint threads, but the situation in Cyrodiil is really untenable. The Magicka Sorcerer defense mechanics are just way too overpowered compared to other classes that rely on healing rather than shielding to sustain and survive. And of course, we have a really great counterattack here on the bar swap with Luigi Vampa saying, "A nerf Sorc thread? What year is it?" And it seems we have a Sorc main player from the Aldmeri Dominion coming in with a hot meteor. Rathvino saying, "Sounds like somebody has never played a Sorc. Oof. Everything seems OP when you are against a pro, but it all has downsides when you try it." Deep. And before we move on to the top number 1 of the top 5 forum threads video, episode 22, I want a shout out for this thread right here. "She's the one. Please help me find her." By Kudo156. I have a crush on a girl I met in ESO. She's amazing, and I know for a fact she is the one. We met in Bleakers in 2017. Nowadays, she is a YouTuber and streamer. I don't want to reveal too much who she is, but her voice is the cutest that has ever graced my ears. I've donated a ton to her streams and Patreon because I don't ever want her to leave the game. It's my dream girlfriend, my dream wife. I want to grow old playing ESO together with my wife. And for number 1, the last segment of our top 5 forum thread is a forum thread called Godslayer title. Was thinking that Godslayer is not appropriate title for Sunset, Sunspire trifecta. Perhaps False Godslayer would be more appropriate given the trial of the lore, among other reasons. Totally unrelated to the signature. You need to take your god fetish out of the game's lore and detach yourself from your real life fantasy. Coming in hot with the Dawnbreaker, the title is based on the gods of Elder Scrolls, not based in Earth mythology. Double whammy for real life references. The Godslayer title is fitting, for the trial at hand has nothing to do with the one in your head. I don't know how they're gonna come back from this. They better have, like, I don't know, like a plague doctor or something for this forum thread right here. The Nerf Cosmetic title post. Now I have seen it all. And the Asian god coming in with a Colossus. If by contributed quite a deal, you mean created a meme for about a day, then sure. I never even heard of you before that meme came about. And to be honest, Godslayer makes sense. The dragons think they're gods, the Temple Khajiit thinks them gods, and even we as a player initially fall into thinking they're gods. So yes, having Godslayer as a title makes thematic sense. From a religious standpoint, this isn't even an argument. It isn't the Godslayer, it's just Godslayer. There is more than one accepted god in the world, depending on your worldview, and the definition of god varies from person to person as well. Not to mention, it is a game. If a title in a game offends you, I can't imagine the rage you feel about other innocuous things that you perceive as slights to your religion. And of course, we have another finisher, the final nail in the coffin by Pruton. All gods are fake. So what's the difference? Despite this 1vx turning a little sour here, we got the OP saying, "I hope Gina Bruno, Kai Schober, Bill E, Jessica Folsom, and Gary A, that someone at ZOS sees this thread and recognizes the inconsistency in the title called Godslayer in a title about slaying false gods. Lore aside, a title like Godslayer may be construed and offensive and insensitive to religious persons who play their game. I would like to think that they don't want to alienate this portion of their player base." And finally, just because the 1vxer can't seem to get down and respawn, we have Runefang coming in. You're playing a fantasy game full of demons, sorcery, undead, and a myriad of gods. It's a game, period. Don't expect it to cater to your very specific non-game related demand. I personally am against murder, but the Dark Brotherhood still exists in the game, and I'm currently murdering innocents as part of that DLC. You too can believe in a single omnipotent god and have the title Godslayer in the game. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I just witnessed, but that was a great PvP clip we just saw. Alright, anyway, just a reminder, there is an ignored list on the forums, but it's only 12 people you can ignore, so good luck with that, everybody. And see you guys next time on episode 23 of the Top 5 Forum Dreads.